Okay, so this is reading lesson 47, Tuesday, January 11th. This is our day 2 of quarantine. And so I want you to think back to yesterday when we read about a story of Jesus and Peter, and they needed to get some money to pay the temple tax. And so Jesus planned to provide the tax money in a fish. Remember, he told Peter to get a string, and he was going to go and he was going to catch a fish and was going to have some money in his mouth. So we're going to finish that story today and see what actually happened. So you're going to follow along with me in your book if you have it. If not, I was able to add those pages, so you should be able to follow along on the computer. If not, it's okay too. You're going to follow along with me as I read it. So the title of this chapter is Fishing. Peter got his fishing string. Then Peter got on his little ship. Peter let the ship drift to the middle of the water. Okay, so Peter gets on his ship and he goes to the middle of the water. Do you think that Peter obeys Jesus? If you answered yes, then you are right. Yes, Peter does obey Jesus. Do you think that Peter will have trouble catching a fish? I think probably not, right? Peter's a fisherman. Jesus has said that Peter will catch a fish, and Jesus knows all and controls all. So I think it's a pretty good chance that Peter is going to catch a fish today. All right, so let's flip over to page 72. It goes a little bit like this. Peter put a bug on the end of the string. Then Peter let his string dangle in the water. Tug. Peter felt a fish grab the bug. Peter got the fish into the ship. So were we right? Yes. Peter has got a fish on his line. Have you ever gone fishing with your mom and dad, or maybe just your dad, or maybe just your mom, or grandma, or grandpa, or somebody, your uncle? Have you ever been able to go and catch fish? It's pretty exciting when you get to feel the fish tug on that line. So let's see what happened. Let's see if he really did catch fish, and let's see if that fish had some money in its mouth. All right, so page 73 starts like this. There was money in the fish, just as Jesus had said. Peter got the money and went back to the land. Peter ran to the temple. Peter and Jesus were glad to give the tax money to the man. And so the verse on page 73 says, "But my God shall supply your needs." And that's Philippians 4, verse 19. Okay, so the last page of this story is titled, Jesus and Peter. Jesus did another miracle. There were so many fish, the nets began to break. Peter was able to fill both boats with fish. So you're going to take out page 47. This is your workbook page for today, page 47, and page 47B. I'm going to kind of talk you through this. It says, write the correct word to answer each question. So you're going to read those questions. Number 1, who was Peter's master? And then you have to pick out of the words in the word bank. There's 7 words and there's 7 questions. So once you use a word, you can go ahead and mark a line through it so you know it's to use again. So who was Peter's master? And I'm going to give you a little hint. If you watch the video, you're going to get number 1. Who was Peter's master? And that was Jesus. So you're going to go ahead and write Jesus in this line. And that is the answer for number 1. So let me fill that in as well. pen that writes. All right, so number 1 is Jesus. Jesus. Okay, and so you'll finish the rest of those, and you're going to turn it onto the back, and it says this. Color the bubble next to the word that completes each sentence, and you're going to fill Peter was a blank, either a fisherman or a camper. And then at the bottom, you're going to draw the fish that Peter caught, and then I want you to draw on the second box, draw what Peter found in the fish. So you're going to draw what you think the fish looked like that Peter caught, and then you're going to draw what that fish had inside. All right, so this is lesson 47, and this is reading. So once you have done that, you can fill out your worksheet, and you will be done. I'm also going to put up your sight words for today, and you can go ahead and practice those, and you can practice them every day this week. And when we get back to school, that'll be on our reading test. But we will get there when we get back to school. We'll have everything sorted out and ready to go. I miss you guys, and I will see you for our next video.